Hello. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part, for the tarot part, I'm going to use the Astro Matrix tarot. The website on the back here, there's verbiage there, but the website's at the bottom, astromatrix.org, I believe. They're at the bottom. There's also the artists, the creator, and the QR code. Thank you for the people who put that in the comments last week because I could not remember the name of that, but here's the QR code for this one if you're interested. The Oracle cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. And I also use dice. I use a 21-sided for the major arcana, which does omit 0, but I make it work. I believe it came from this place, the dice shop. And if I can get it close enough, you can see mathartstuff.com. mathartfun.com. Hopefully you can see that if you're interested. The smaller dice, I have a 14-sided dice that I use for the minor arcana, and I use a 4-sided dice to choose the suit. That's from here, Tom Anders. There is some information there. Hopefully I can get it close enough so it'll focus and you can see it if you're interested. I want to say there's like a website there, but I can't see it. This one also has a QR code. Here's the QR code for that one, if I can hold it still. All right, that's what we have for the materials. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? Starting off really good. How far are we going? Okay. So, there's stress at one point, but I feel like it's very Capricorn related in the sense of like, even though it looks good, if I can't get some stable standing where I know it's gonna stay good, how good is it really? Like, even though the situation is good and I feel like it's going good going forward, it doesn't seem like it's bad at any point really. Only there's like this level of uncertainty, and there's this moment where I'm like, I don't know where this is going next for sure. I feel like we're not stable. Even though it keeps going well, if I don't have something to hold on to where I can believe in this and I'm like, it's under control, I feel like that might be the only problem coming forward. But let's get a little deeper into this. The situation that we're dealing with, I feel very, I almost feel very boxed in, but I don't see that being a problem for some reason. I feel boxed in, like I'm confined. I can only go so far with it. But Capricorn, like, once Capricorn knows what the rules are, Capricorn uses the rules to their advantage. You're like, okay, this is as far as I can go. I can only go that far, this far. I only have this to use. Only have that to use. Okay, I will ration this out. I will put this in order, and I will make this. I will just plan for this. So it will always be in my favor. If I possibly can get a little ahead of it, I will. And I'll stock that to the side and keep that for myself so I can stay in the good. Even though I feel boxed in, I feel like it's been working for me. Ironically, this Eight of Swords, and the two of these together, it's kind of like, I don't feel bad about it. I'm kind of like, no, I know how this works. I know the rules. I'm working within them, and I'm getting ahead of the game, and I'm just making sure that I'm taken care of in this situation. This is how it goes, and I'm ready. I'm ready, and I know what to expect. I know what to expect, and because I know what to expect, it's all right. As long as I'm not the only one trapped. because I don't think you're the only one. It's like other people here are also kind of like confined, kind of boxed in. And it's kind of like we're all working pretty much with the same rules. I'm just going to make sure it works to my advantage. I'm thinking ahead. I'm planning ahead. This won't last forever. As long as it does, I got this. It's very interesting because usually people don't like this card, the Eight of Swords. I feel right now, in the past history part of it especially, it's working to your advantage. You're okay. You're also planning though. You're planning, you got the Two of Pentacles, and you're at peace with this. You're like, no, I'm not the only one that has to deal with these restrictions. But I'm maybe one of the few people who is planning ahead. And I see where this is going, and I'm ready. So, it's kind of like, if somebody was rationing out food, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's kind of like, you get X amount of food, everybody gets X amount of food every day. And you're like, well, today I'm not that hungry, so I'm going to, what I can save, what will last without spoiling, I'm going to put that to the side for myself, so some days when I feel like I need a little extra, I'll have a little extra. But I'm keeping that to the side, and I'm keeping it to myself. And then at some point, this won't last forever, but while it is lasting, I just feel like I'll always have a little extra. That way, for some reason, if I get something I really don't like, I can maybe trade, or I can just rely on reserves. You're ready. You're ready. You're totally ready. So the energy starts to lift. So there's been restriction, but you've been working with it. And that energy is starting to lift. The Devil reversed. The Devil is the Capricorn card. Talks about boundaries. Talks about strict rules that will not be crossed. And if they are crossed, there will be repercussions for that are very severe. I feel like I didn't have to put in as much work as I thought I was going to have to with this situation, and it's going to my advantage. So if I had been stockpiling things, for example, I'm not losing that. I'm able to use that now if I want to, and I'm not losing out on it. And the restrictions are lifting, and it seems like things are getting easier, and I didn't expect that, but I'm enjoying it while it is. And I'm questioning it. The restrictions are lifting, and things are going where they should, and I'm not really trusting that this is balancing out, because I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm liking it. You got the Fool and the Lover's card, so this is good. While it lasts, I'm going to enjoy it. That's cool. That's great. And there's this offer of things going better, somebody being very helpful, maybe more than one person, and and I feel like they're giving this energy of like, they might flat out be saying, we're trying to balance this out, we're trying to make this work better. And I feel like I'm not really comfortable trusting that. I want it, I appreciate it, but like I'm trying to find a reason to believe that this isn't just a temporary thing, and I'm not getting that reason. I'm enjoying it, but it's a little bit stressful because I don't know why we're doing it. Why are they doing this? Why should I believe in it? Do I like it? Yes. But I'm not getting comfortable with it. As long as it's here, as long as it's better, as long as the restrictions are lifted, I'll take advantage of that, but I'm still planning ahead. I'm still planning as if those rules are coming back. And it's hard. It's hard because it's like I'm uncomfortable with it because I don't understand why. Why should I believe you? Why should I believe that this isn't coming back? And I feel like other people around me are just like living it up, but I'm like, I don't know if you should be because I don't see a reason to at this point. You're trying to make sense of it. But the answers aren't coming to you. Kind of like, all right, this is getting better, and I understand that. I don't know if I'm not trusting answers. Like, if you're asking, I don't know if I'm not trusting the answers or if I'm not getting answers or if I'm getting, and I've worked at a few different corporations, and it reminds me of these meetings. It used to drive me nuts. When people would ask questions that you were just going to get the runaround with it. Like, for example, this one company bought us out one time, a company I worked for, and they would ask questions like, are we going to stay? Are we going to get more people? Are they going to lay off people? And you knew that you weren't going to get the answer. But they would ask the question, and they get a runaround answer about, well, they value this and they value that, and they'd give you all the little sweet little nothings. It was just pathetic. Pathetic. I just hated it. I just remember hating it because like if they didn't tell you initially, they would just give you the runaround with an answer. They would just kind of like try to appease you and not really answer your question. And this is kind of like, I feel like this is what's going on. You're getting answers, or maybe either you're getting answers that just aren't cutting it. You're just giving me the runaround. You're not really giving me truth that I can build on, or they're telling you we can't really answer that right now, or like that's privileged information maybe. The advice is to not look too deeply because this is definitely something you can ask questions, but you're not going to get answers. So the advice is to not try to do a deep dive at this point, only because it's going to turn out to be a waste of time. The answers aren't being presented. If the answers were available, you'd have an easy time pulling them right up. You would have already had them by now. What they're saying to do for right now is to keep going with your self-sufficiency. It's the only thing. I'm not saying you have to do that in the sense of like you're going to need to. I'm saying that's the only thing that's going to bring you comfort right now is to make sure that you have what you need and keep moving forward as if those rules are coming back into play. Because the stress is going to be there either way. And I feel like the more I research, the less information I'm getting. I'm just not getting what I'm looking for, and that's going to really make you unhappy. Just keep yourself self-sufficient. The things with this situation will kind of change, but you need not until they're willing to share. Like it's down the road a bit. I feel other people are like, hey, we got your back, Capricorn. You don't have to do that. You don't have to stockpile. You don't have to worry as if those rules are coming back. We got your back. And I feel like there's people here saying, yeah, we got your back. You don't have to worry. And there's people looking out for you, and the people trying to find answers. They're not getting them either. And I feel like you're not going to be comfortable with that. The more you try to find answers, you're not going to find them. I just feel like whatever this is, the answers are just not going to come. Not the truthful answers, not in a way that I can be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I can see where that is proven here. I can prove that answer is true. I'm not getting proven answers. I'm getting more hearsay. I'm getting more lip service. I'm feeling like people are telling me what they think, not what they know. Like they're saying, well, I think this is how it's going to go, or this is more than likely this. You can see from the history of the situation, it's more than likely going to go that way. And you're like, yeah, but I need proof that it's definitely going to go that way, and I'm not getting it. People are very, very much happy with you and looking out for you, but I just keep getting like, until I see proof. In the situation itself, the way I see it going is first you're getting this great offer where they're lifting the rules and things are going better. I then see like the lack of information, like, well, we helped you out, we changed the situation, that's enough, and we're not going to give you any more. We're not going to tell you why. We're not going to tell you that you can count on this from here going forward. The next phase after that is the completion of this situation where they do give you the background, but not till it's done. So if I'm going to use the corporation, for example, like, this has happened to me where, another corporation bought us and we were in a state of flux. Like we weren't doing that well, things weren't doing that well, and then all of a sudden we got more work in and because this other institution bought us. So we had more things coming in and we were doing well, but we weren't told if it was going to stay or not going to stay. We didn't know that was true until they closed down a couple other places, and then they made a public announcement about which sites were going to be permanent, and ours was one of the sites that were going to be permanent. So as far as proof was going to be, that was it. This is kind of what I'm getting for you. There's going to be a period where it looks like it's good, but you don't have anything to hold on to be like, yeah, this makes sense. That period will end. You will get the information at the right time that, okay, this is stable. This is why it's stable. This is why you can count on it. And here's your proof. Here's your hard, evident proof that you can, count on this. It's not until it's not until somebody wants to. It's up to somebody else's discretion. When there's something where they have to mediate out the truth, or they have to mediate out what they need. I'm getting you're going to get something literally in writing. I know it says automatic writing, but I feel like you're going to get something in writing with that, especially because you got the King of Swords backing it up and the Six of Swords. A lot of communication. I get like there's going to be physically something tangible to look at. Even if it's an email, you could technically print out an email, but I feel like you know what I'm talking about. So it will pass. It will turn out that it did work out the way it was supposed to, but I'm also getting there are negotiations here. So in the energy of Capricorn, I just feel like for you to feel stable, for you to feel like your feet are on the ground and you're going to be okay, they're saying it's best for you to keep living as if those rules are still in place. Do you have to? No. No, you do not. But I feel like for you to feel the most comfortable with the situation, even though it's still going to bring you some stress, keep living more conservatively, keep using your personal rules until this comes out in black and white writing. So I hope this makes sense, because I feel like for Earth this makes sense. Like, do you need to? No, but they're saying you're not going to feel secure. It's going to make you very, very uncomfortable if you don't live rules like that. And it does seem like it could be a long period of time, anywhere from 3 months to 3 years. I don't know. It depends on the situation. It could be anywhere from 3 months to 3 years. I've worked at places where they kept us in the lurch for, it was a little over a year, probably like a year and a half, but still. All right. So I feel like if this hits, I feel like you know what it's talking about if it hits. And they're just kind of saying, it's going to work out in your favor, yes, but for you to be happy, for you to feel comfortable, do it your conservative way. Don't feel bad about it. I feel like there's some push and pulls, some people trying to get you to spend more, people to get you to relax your boundaries. You're going to get very unhappy doing that. Somebody might be able to convince you to pull back your boundaries for a while. I just feel like it's gonna irk you. It's gonna get under your skin and it's gonna really bother you. Don't give in on boundaries that you don't want to. I feel like Capricorn is really good with holding boundaries, but for some reason you might give in on one or two. And in the long run, you're gonna look back and be like, I really wish I didn't do it. I really wish I didn't do that. Not because anything went wrong, but just because you're not gonna feel as safe. You're not gonna feel safe. You're not gonna feel as comfortable or as solid as you want to feel. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying the same thing. I feel like I should probably let it go. All right. I think we're good. I'm going to shut it down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.